Behind the Counter is sponsored by
Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of audiobooks, with more than 100,000 downloadable titles across all types of literature. And by Stitcher Radio. Listen on the go via the Stitcher mobile app. For more information, go to Stitcher.com/GFQ.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Rich Stambolian. That's Bayside's own Darkman X, Jonathan Adler, and this is Behind the Counter. That's right. Did my intense beginning come out? Very intense. What's up? What's up, Darkman X?
What's up? They don't know about Darkman X.
It's really, you're really DMX. That's the big reveal tonight. So what's up, man? Andrew, is something weird happening right now?
No, why?
Okay.
Something weird
Why?
going on.
What's going on? What's weird?
Nothing. You were like doing this and like doing this stuff. You were like doing one of these. You're Hoganing
No.
a little bit.
No, we're good.
So it's we're gonna talk about Avengers #1 com. What's up, John?
Yeah, bro.
Hit me.
What's going on?
What do we got?
How was your week?
I hate Grey Neck.
Oh, yeah?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Grey Neck too.
It made me sick this week. It made me like physically sick this week. Like I stayed home today. Like I was just like not feeling it. Like my head's all. I got like a head
When do you
cold.
really feel Great Neck?
No,
I don't
never.
think people in Great Neck even feel Great Neck.
No, they don't. They just like it's like the worst ant farm at the science show. You know, just like everything bumps into everything else.
When I was a kid, I had an ant farm for a very small amount of time, and I also had a very powerful air conditioner. And I had it during the summer. The ants and the air conditioner.
Okay.
They go hand in hand. And they were like the ants are slowly dying. I was like, why are they dying? One by one, just like they're piling up like Nazi death camp. I'm like, what's going on? Little did I know was I was actually freezing them to death.
With the air conditioner, did you have it right in front of the air conditioner?
Yes. Yes.
Or on top?
I wasn't
of
a good owner of insects.
No.
Tarantulas I did a lot better with.
Yeah.
I had tons of tarantulas.
Really?
No.
I can't picture you as
Tarantulas and iguanas.
like a spider lizard guy. You know.
I just like spiders, lizards, snakes, exotic fish,
You're a
pan bears,
well, if you don't know this, John is a huge dog lover. It's yeah.
dog fighter.
Dog fighter.
I'm a dog fighter. now.
Sorry.
I've moved my love to actually making money off these, little animals.
Do you think it's weird that on the season finale of Sons of Anarchy that they saved a dog from a dog fight?
I kind of loved it.
I know you loved it. I loved it too, but you loved it. But I think it just it was
Came out of nowhere.
the most nonsensical thing. Like, oh, we're the badass bikers.
Oh my God, you're throwing these dogs in the garbage? You ain't throwing this dog in the garbage.
Yeah, we're like the bad dude bikers, and we're gonna bust up these Puerto Ricans, and all of a sudden they're all like, "Oh man, this guy's flipping out because he loves dogs so much. He's gotta do something rash."
Guillermo del Toro, take this dog and put it in my car.
So, TV, I finally, what are you doing? I finally watched Breaking Bad season finale,
So good.
season 4, phenomenal. Loved it.
Gustavo Fring.
That dude's totally dead, right?
Yep.
There's no in my head. I'm just like, oh, I wonder if he comes
He's
back
gonna
in
come
a
back to the
wheelchair.
cyborg.
Yeah, or like in a wheelchair in season 5, like Hector.
That'd be good. See, that's maybe how they're gonna close out the whole entire series.
Really?
He's gonna be
Because
alive.
it's done, right? It's only 8 more episodes.
Well, no, there's the one that you have to watch, the next 8 episodes, and then there's 8 after that.
Yeah.
So it's 16 altogether that you have to watch.
Okay, that's cool.
Good stuff.
How's that quesadilla, Andrew? Yeah.
He made a noise, and it was a positive noise.
It's very good.
Oh. So what? We got news? We got anything? What's up? What's up? Talk to me.
Well,
Don't talk to me. Talk to this thing that's between us.
talk to the black thing.
Talk to the black.
Black thing, listen. I'll tell you about comic books this week. Hold on, I gotta turn myself down. I'm blasting my ears out. So this week, one of the last guardians of the fold in DC, Karen Berger, who pretty much was the source of Neil Gaiman, Garth Ennis, Alan Moore, Warren Ellis, any of the guys that we really like that worked for DC and Vertigo and like kind of farmed out the talents. She's gone. We don't know if she left her own volition or she was fired out or what, but it's kind of another one of those things that just show you like how bad DC's going along. So like that was the first step. So that was early of the week, and everyone was kind of like, people weighed in, and they were suggesting that she may be going off to starting her own publishing firm, which she'd do very well with. Because
I'm sure.
That there'd be like 6 or 7. They're not dying. There's 6 or 7. I'm getting like sympathy things with that dry ass burrito.
I think it does because he's staring at you while he's eating it.
So she'd bring in like all the talent that that what we enjoy, but the next day they had this gigantic DC,
well, like the 10-hour meting.
Yeah, so it was like everyone's like, "What's happening? Are people getting fired?" They realized they made a huge mistake. we gotta fix it. What are we doing? But it turned out the entire thing was to have a. It wasn't for firing. It wasn't for reorganization.
Holiday party.
It was even worse. It was to get a uniform voicemail on all their telephones.
Oh, awesome!
So they actually need to call everyone in the office and say, "Listen, we can't have any funny music, or you have to be, you have to be professional. You have to say, hello, my name is blah blah blah. I can't come to the phone right now. Please leave your message after the tone." This is what the entire company wide thing during the same week as Karen Berger, legendary editor, leaving the company.
Was she the last holdout on not changing the voicemails?
Yes, she was it. That was the deal breaker. After she had an amazing voicemail. She had one of the best voicemails in the business.
She was was she like the last guy that didn't want to sell his house to make way for the highway?
She's pretty much. See, the thing about Karen Berger that you don't know is she had one of those voicemails that were recorded by accident. That were just like a lot of people talking in the background, and everyone loved it. And they goes, "Can we please get Karen Berger to change it?" I'm like, no, she is, the gatekeeper.
I lost the original recording. That's it. It's it forever.
So now, with her gone, now they can just kind of like sweep it on and say, "Listen, we gotta be professional about these things." Because Dan Dio had like all fart noises
from different creators.
This
is what Jeff John sounds like.
His butthole hums. Jim Lee doesn't fart at all.
Oh no,
it's all fuel.
He farts out his ears. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about different comic book creator farts
and voicemails. Interesting week for comic books.
Yeah. Well, I also like the rumor. I read that, and the rumor about the meeting was that if they're gonna close up shop in New York and go to
they've been talking about that for a while.
Go to LA or go to Burbank or whatever. Go to California.
Go to Burbank. Get out of here.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I was really hoping they were gonna do the like we've made a huge mistake announcement. Like, wow, I don't know what we've been doing. We have to dog drive for a while.
Yeah, I think
dog's not driving no more.
I ate a giant burrito and got drunk at a party. I had to let my dog drive. That entire car ride was the last year of the New 52. But here's the thing, John. There are really insane fans that love like all this stuff. I don't understand it. I don't get it either. And I like to avoid the last week. You fought the internet.
I just want to say when the New 52 started, you guys were.
I just want to chime in and tell you how good this Mexican food is.
This is an excellent quesadilla. But you guys were like, you liked the New 52.
No.
When it first started.
No.
The first couple of weeks, you guys were praising it.
No.
I don't know.
No, we actually reviewed everything.
Eat your quesadilla, man.
We reviewed everything on 52 to give it a fair and balanced thing. But how many weeks were we into this? We're like 15, 16 weeks. So
this is
like everything was like hitting like the 15s, I think, this week.
15 months. 15, 16 months, yeah.
Oh my God.
Exactly. It's like you woke up from like a weird, like, have I been in the hospital this whole time? It's like a weird thing.
So much. And I read a ton of, there was a ton of DC this week. There's a lot of DC.
You know what? I read one thing from DC this week.
Which one?
I read Watchmen #4. The
Minutemen.
The Minutemen.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was really good.
That's it.
So creepy.
The whole thing with them is that there's like last week I was trying to say before I got interrupted by Senior Quesadilla over here. It was
ooh la la.
Is it good? Is it good? It's good.
It's
all right. Last week you fought the internet. I can't go on the comic book things. And
there's so much positive DCS stuff out there.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
digging on this stuff.
Like people are just like, this is great. I can bring it to my kids. And it's a fresh start. It's a new
you
beginning.
can't bring it to your kids.
It's a new beginning.
Your kid's not gonna want to read this crap. They don't want to read about Alan Scott.
No.
I do.
I read, I liked action. I didn't like action this week, but maybe I was just like in like total fanboy mood. I really love that issue. And I also like,
why?
You know what? I liked it. I like the Fifth Dimension stuff. I like the Mr. Mystic Triple X thing. Love it. What I also dug about it in my head, this is how they're going to fix everything, because it just kind of seems like he's touching on the fact that like this is a Superman and he's been through all this before. And
That's where I thought they're going also.
you know, yeah, and it's like maybe this is the fix. Maybe something will happen, and then this thing will happen with the cool stuff. You know, that's
The cool stuff.
cool stuff, like the actual, not the stupid armor and the big red ass. I never thought I would really complain about the armor so much.
It sucks.
It
You know what
does.
it feels like? Because they keep on mentioning the armor, that it just feels like he doesn't have any powers. That's just.
Whoa, what was that?
I think we're getting raided.
Andrew, did they find the dirty bomb?
Oh man.
All right.
So
For those listeners, like something big just fell like in the studio. We don't know what it is. Andrew went to investigate. It's probably another quesadilla.
I hope so. I hate that issue so much. I could care less about the Fifth Dimension stuff. I can't believe they expanded on the Fifth Dimension stuff. I can't believe the bad guy is the devil in the form of a whatever the hell they
A
call
fifth
it.
dimensional imp.
Yeah.
I like it.
Off. What's going on?
I don't know what's happening.
You hear that noise?
No.
I think we're getting attacked.
No, I'll get out of here. I gotta find the thing that switches the camera.
No, you gotta be really animated right
It's
now.
been on me. It's been on me for way too. Like John. Go.
What's the guy's name? Vindictive X?
I don't know. I kind of gloss over the names. I think I hit the right button. What was it? All right.
Whatever.
Which one's John? Three. It's been
Boom.
impressing two like this whole time.
I didn't like it at all. I really am not feeling that story. I want him to get off it. I want him to go do more stuff. More stuff like Happy.
Yeah.
More stuff to make me happy.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, but I don't. I like the action. There's like a couple issues that were like hit or miss. I really like this issue. I read this issue and was like, all right, yeah, I get it. You know, like they're gonna fix everything. It's gonna be cool.
It
They
feels
still
like
got
that.
it. They still got it. You don't need to fix anything with Batman because Batman's incredible.
It's awesome.
Which also touches on, like we mention this all the time, that it touches on everything that's happened in the past.
Mhm.
You know, and I feel like I'm not reading much DC stuff, but like Wonder Woman, you can say like, hey, this is it. You can blend that perfectly into continuity. Flash, you could do it for the most part, and so you can do a Green Lantern because that's completely in pre-relaunch continuity. Aquaman too, you know,
Yeah.
except for that dopey tribe team that he had.
Oh, they're boring.
So
boring.
you know, and that's it. And then you can just like do away with everything else. Like, is anybody reading Ravagers? Is anybody reading Teen Titans still out?
Yeah, it's T.N. South. So is
Is it Marv Wolfman?
maybe. No, it's not Marv Wolfman. What was the other book that they did? The Red Hood book. Oh, The Outlaws.
Yeah.
That's still going,
Mhm.
surprisingly. Hawkman still comes out. Deathstroke still comes out. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good
Nobody's
Phantom
reading.
Stranger.
Yeah. I picked the first issue. I didn't read it.
It's awful.
I like the cover.
It's Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're canceling almost everything. I'm just gonna have like 4 Batman books.
Okay. That's cool. I'm cool,
I'm
with that. Yeah. That's all you really need, though.
And a little bit of Superman, like to show up every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. But you need, like, I want good Superman, Batman. I want good everything. Not to say that it's bad. Like, Batman's is been on like an upswing for the past like few years. But I want to look forward to a Superman book. I want to look forward to other books. You know, I want to look forward to a Green Arrow book again.
It's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Like I realized also is that there's been more bad Green Arrow than there's been good.
You're absolutely right about that.
I think we just had such like a bunch of like we were blessed to have like really good touchstones. We had the Kevin Smith stuff. We had what else did we have that was good? The Judd Winning stuff was
great.
really good. But we for a long time it was just like Danny O'Neill. That was the other time that you can really like say, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of Arrow last night because I was like, you know what? Like I do a show about comic books. I should see what's up with this.
I should do this.
That's a show also.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's definitely a show.
it's not good.
No, of course it's not
not
good.
good, sir.
I get this conversation with this guy when I get out of class every once in a while, and it's usually one of those conversations where he's asking me questions and he's answering like it's like, what do you like? And I go, well, I like it. He's like, well, I like this. So he started talking about Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, I never dug on Smallville. And he's like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, like I love comic books, I love superheroes and all that stuff. He's like, oh man. He's like, what TV shows do you like? And I was like, well, I like. He's like, you know what I like? And he starts going off into Smallville again. And then he said, he asked me who my favorite actor was. And I said, I was about to tell him what it was, and he answered what his favorite actor was. He said, Steven Seagal.
Really? That wasn't a joke?
No.
It wasn't like Steven Seagal?
No, Steven Seagal. And he's like, I'm like, I just started yelling at him, and I was like, no, there's no way that you like Steven Seagal. You're like 20 years old.
You should have said Tom Berenger.
I didn't have a chance to say anything. He's like, oh, you're on Steven Seagal? He's like, you're probably a Sly Stallone fan. I'm like, those are two guys. Like, that's it. Like, that's like Elvis and the Beatles is
really?
Sly Stallone and Steven Seagal.
That's his reaction to you?
Yeah.
Just like, you must be a Sly fan.
Yeah. And then he started explaining, he's like, did you ever see Hard to Kill? Like, yeah, I saw Hard to Kill. I saw Hard to Kill in the theater. Mm-hmm. He's like, I just like the way that he talks to people. Like, he's in the bodega and he's talking to this guy. And I just like the way he carries himself. And like, that's good acting.
This is after you get out of school, right?
I don't think anybody's ever analyzed it that much.
Is that analyzing it? I like the way his ponytail just looks in the background.
You're alienating a lot of our fan base right now.
Am I?
I don't know. Who? Calm, and my brother, the only two guys in the chat room. You know what? I never watched Smallville. I liked Lois and Clark but I was like a kid when that came out.
It sucked.
You know,
I watched it.
Watching it now it's awful.
It's just so cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
He was so cheesy. He was so awful. I watched it for her.
Yeah. Now.
I
like the old Flash show.
It's not good though.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to it, but I used to love it.
I think it was on Netflix not too long ago, and I went back. I watched it, and it's like we have this great image in our mind that Flash looked great.
Yeah,
it didn't look great. It was just like a product of like compared to all the crap, like seeing like I knew that was gonna happen. Compared to like all the crap that we like were watching, like seeing like Hulk and Thor.
Yeah,
you're like on the TV movies versus like the awesome Flash suit that we thought was cool.
Yeah,
it's not cool
with the
suit.
water muscles.
The water muscles.
Yeah. How did we start this conversation?
Let me tell you about Steven Seagal.
Oh yeah, that's right. Who is your favorite actor?
I don't know. I kind of got stuck on it, and he was trying to go into like actors, and he's like, he brought three people: Steven Seagal, Sly Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I was like, those aren't actors; those are like action dudes. And I was gonna say Gary. Like at one point, I would always say Gary Oldman's like one of the best actors that I think are alive and has done like the most diverse amount of stuff. But usually they never knew who it was. But now we have Batman. We actually can say like, oh, guy played Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. That's always the thing. One of my favorite Gary Oldman references is like he was the bad guy in True Romance. And
they go, what's True Romance?
And
have you seen Hard to Kill?
It's Hard to Kill. But what would your reaction have been if he was like, my three actors: Sly Stallone, Steven Seagal, Anthony Quinn?
I loved Anthony Quinn mobsters. When he eats oysters.
Just like way out of left field. Just like Anthony Quinn, Anthony Perkins, any Anthony.
All the Anthonys.
I had an awesome joke. This is nothing to do with comic books, but I came home.
Neither does this whole conversation.
It kind of does, like Steven Seagal probably read a comic book once. I came home the other day, and on 12/12/12 they're doing the hurricane for Sandy, and I go to Vicky. I'm like, I would love them to do a benefit for Andy on the same day, and it would just be centered around like Andy Richter, Andy Samberg, Andy Milonakis, like famous Andys, Andrew Zarian, throw you in there, like famous Andys that are in pop culture.
All the Andys.
Just like you have the hurricane for Sandy and the hurricane for Andy.
The Andy Collective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
I'd probably watch that over watching Bruce Springsteen sing for another 20 minutes.
I'll disagree. I
like him too.
Yeah.
Like a 45-minute rendition of Thunder Road.
He was the first one that came to mind, but I would like to see the 45-minute version of Thunder Road. And just go like this. He looks great.
20 minutes of that is actually him taking a nap and then coming back, like waking up and then finish the song. Fever dream. Back to comic books. Batman came out the other day. Dark Knight Rises on DVD and Blu-ray.
Yes.
Don't forget the hashtag Prometheus Blu-ray.
In case you forgot.
I totally I feel like I screwed over my fiance because we didn't go to the movies together to see it. I was like, I saw it. Sorry, no time for you.
Did she care that much?
Yeah, she really wanted to see it, but like I got it.
We got responsibilities here.
I know.
We're the press.
We are the press.
We have to see it opening night.
We have to see it in the shot up.
What's next? We have to go see Hobbit on opening night.
Yeah, is it 3 movies or 2 movies?
3 movies.
3 movies out of like the one.
3 boring movies.
Mm-hmm. I read a review of it. It's like it's apparently
boring.
Yeah.
It's one short book made into 3 really long movies.
Really extrapolated.
It's I read a good review that someone said that it's almost like Peter Jackson forgot that he made 3 really long movies about the same subject matter, about little people. Like this is the first time you're ever seeing a Hobbit. Like, wow, look at this guy with the big feet and a little body.
Did you see the thing on Reddit where they were showing like how they did like the proportions, like because they're little, except for with the animal with the chicken, because the chicken is gigantic compared to them.
They show Bilbo running around like on, like in front of the Shire, and it's like a full size regular chicken. So they took like a Gandalf body, they put the Hobbit body, and the chicken would be like the same size as like Bilbo Baggins.
It's horrifying. Man, getting chased by a giant chicken.
I'll see it though.
Oh yeah,
I will see that movie. I'll watch that. I'll watch that Osama bin Laden movie.
What?
Africa bin Laden.
The Africa bin Laden movie. This will be very good. Zero Dark 30.
The what?
Zero Dark 30.
Yeah.
Catherine Bigelow. No.
Yeah. No. I saw the name today, and it was like,
what's that?
No time for this right now.
Hashtag Zero Dark 30.
I was just like completely out of it today. I was like, I stayed home sick. Yeah, I was a sick boy today.
Me too.
Yeah.
Sick boy every day.
All right.
Sick on the inside.
Let's talk comic books. What do we got this week? Avengers #1 came out.
Whoa, man.
Yeah. It's 1963 all over again.
Whoa, man. Look at that cover. People walking away from crap.
Yep. What's weird about that is that like you have Jeremy Appiah doing the interior for it. Like, why not do the cover too, man?
I don't know. He's probably one of the best artists on the market, and this was the regular cover for it. There were 1,000 covers. As
I like
usual.
that cover though.
It's a nice cover, but like it's a very unrecognizable name.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my Jim Lee cover?
Oh, I don't want that.
It's great issue. Really solid setup.
Mm.
It's classic Hickman.
Oh my god.
Lots of infographics.
Yeah. Well, a lot of graphics. Not they don't have much information. They just look nice.
I mean, it's like a nice little like flow chart of like the core Avengers members. So the premise of this is, the main group is like the movie Avengers. You know, your Hulk, your Hawkeye, Black Widow, Wolverine, Spider-Man, the regular guys that you saw in the movie. But then they all get taken out. But also during the beginning, one of my favorite segments of the book is they have an Iron Man kind of like, reviewing something that happened.
Yeah.
Like how this all happened. They say like there's the Imperial Guard falling on the moon. This guy Ex Nihilo, who's a cool new bad guy in this, making the Mars green.
Yeah.
What else was there? There was some gigantic war where they had Iron Man 2020 on the ground, which makes me happy.
Exactly. Ooh, Arnold Stark. I'm familiar with this individual.
I like this. And then they get the regular core team of Avengers. They fight against Ex Nihilo, which is a gigantic gold devil dude with an Omega symbol on his chest.
Kind of like Gog.
Yeah, he does look like that. That's what I couldn't put my finger on, like where I saw that design before. Mm-hmm. Some big dude, some big like robot named Aleph, I think.
Yeah.
And a goth chick named Abyss.
Yeah.
Weird crew. And they totally take out the team. Captain America takes a nap.
Yeah.
And then he assembles the new Avengers team, which is going to be like Sunspot, Cannonball, a black female Captain Marvel,
Wolverine,
Captain Universe, Wolverine.
Should have brought me to Mars.
One of the guys from Secret Warriors, the teleporter, Andrew's Arians on
These
the
are
team.
the guys, Andrew.
Cocoa Butter.
Might as well be. I'm on the team.
All the Planet of the Apes.
Dr. Zayas.
Human fire hydrants.
This is gonna be who's on the team. This is gonna be your Stefan bit. Like I ask you who's on a superhero team, and then you tell me.
Human bath mats.
Sparkles. A little tangent going with the Stefan thing. two of my favorite jokes from him is the and he's got hands like empanadas, and he's my best friend. Yeah. That one I kill because I've been saying that all the time, like after I describe somebody. And also the second one is I think it's from the most recent one where he's like, this club has everything, blah 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 blah. My son.
I like the one where he says what was the name of the club?
Wesh.
No, it's like a mom looking for the kid.
Oh, Kevin.
Kevin.
What is this in reference to?
What's his name? Bill Hader does a skit on Saturday Night Live. It's the only thing they got going for them right now. And he just does like weird club promotion stuff. Like the hottest club in town is Kevin.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Very funny. Watch it on YouTube.
It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Hulu.
Check it out on Hulu.
Do you see your Star Trek coming attractions?
Nah. Awesome.
Yeah. Pretty good.
There's a new trailer, Japanese.
What's American too? Get both of them. Guys got the Japanese
Japanese
over here.
The Japanese
Laugh
trailer
at
is
him.
different than the American.
Yes, I did see that. They have the callback to the death of Spock at the end.
Nice.
Nerdy. I still think Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be Khan.
Yeah.
Got
They're
big-
not saying it.
It's got a big old collar.
Yeah.
Got that floppy.
It's Harry Mudd, if you're familiar with the Star Trek universe.
I am not. I went down and I read like a bunch of possibility, like, people in the comments. So they said Gary Mitchell. I have no idea who Gary Mitchell is. I have no idea who like Garth of Istar is.
I think they're just pulling your leg. I think they're pulling
Get off my leg.
All right, so back to Avengers.
Avengers rocked.
Yeah, it was really good. It was a really good first issue, and it's like
Great art.
It's a good jump on issue too because it doesn't really cue you in with anything else that literally just happened.
Yeah.
It's them going off to Mars and then them getting beaten, and the main bad guy saying like, "Look, we're gonna send this guy back because you send your Earth's mightiest heroes." Pish tosh. These guys were not that mighty.
What's also good too is they. I read a nice article with Hickman. Kind of detailing his year. There's gonna be no crossovers. It's gonna be very self-contained.
Beautiful.
But they did the nice little throw to New Avengers with like the scary group of Black Panther and Doctor Strange
Yeah.
looking over at Captain America, giving them nightmares. So that would be the other book that if you want to get rewarded by reading Avengers, read the New Avengers stuff.
Yeah.
Because it looks awesome. It's basically just about the Illuminati.
I hope the Hickman run is as awesome as the Bendis run. That's the beautiful thing about Marvel now is that like it's such a great shift with the post Phoenix thing, and this is what it makes you forget about the Phoenix thing because it's like this is what they were leading up to. This is you're shifting, like you're making like these creative teams jump on these cool books and like it's putting stuff in like way out of left field. Like you're getting that Avengers book with like a bunch of crazies. You're getting New Avengers with like Black Panther and Doctor Strange. You're getting like even I'll throw Deadpool in there, which is like very entertaining. It's entertaining.
I guess.
You hate it.
I do.
You don't like it.
No.
Your Fantastic Four.
Very good.
Your X-Men stuff.
Very good.
Your Uncanny Avengers.
Very good.
It's all.
There's a great. They have an incredible plate of stuff to chomp on when it comes to their comics, as opposed to the other companies.
Yeah, no, they do. I'm also glad that they're keeping, like you're keeping your Daredevil, you're keeping Daredevil, you're keeping your Spidey. Spidey doesn't need the Marvel Now stuff, but like your big team books and like Uncanny X-Force, you're getting your new like the X-Men books and the Avengers books need that overhaul. I think.
I think especially the X-Men stuff. I think we've been reading variation of the same storyline for years.
Oh, it's always the same story with the X-Men. The X-Men to me has always been like an interesting soap opera. Like as if you're
Who's
you're
sleeping with
that
who?
way. Yeah.
Who's the traitor?
Who's coming back? Like who's the reveal gonna be? Because that's always like the thing with the
Who's
X-Men
gonna
books.
die?
It's like like so and so died. This happened. This guy's hooking up with this person, and then like that guy revealed he's Magneto.
And they always lead up to a big Magneto thing.
Yeah.
This was nice that they actually do have like a new playing field to really like mess around with.
I also like in All New X-Men number 3 this week that their powers are kind of funky now.
Yeah, that they're all messed up, which is like, I don't know how well it was executed in the book.
Yeah,
because like I really wanted to know what was wrong with like Magneto. I was like, why can't he just like stop bullets? That's what he does. And how come Cyclops' visor just gonna pop it on his face?
Yeah,
like stop doing that.
Like they're like this issue centered around them two, like Cyclops and Magneto post Phoenix, basically like starting up their ragtag band of like revolutionary mutants and using. I thought it was cool that they're using the Weapon X facility as like their headquarters.
Yeah,
which is really messed up
and really creepy.
That's like
no one will think to look here.
That's like if you were like we just read about a murder in the newspaper and then put an office in the place where like somebody was murdered brutally.
Good real estate.
Yeah, it's great. Nobody's gonna want to buy this.
Wolverine goes there every year to check on like whatever new secrets he's got. So it's not a very good place to set up shop.
It's the one day a year that he gives himself to cry. One tear.
Go back home and do some stuff.
Hey, that thing to close.
Oh, downstairs. Big tube. I wonder if they're gonna make the dorms into like the big tubes in Weapon X.
Yeah.
We'll just go sleep with their big tube.
Just make. I don't understand. Like, I also why they can't have like. There's so much metal around. Why can't they just have Magneto build him like a metal mansion and put it on the ground?
He's not very smart. He just, all he can make is asteroids.
But you know what? Like they never turn to Magneto and they're like, build us a big metal mansion. It's gonna be awesome. And he's like, I never thought of that.
Oh, why?
I built an asteroid, stupid, and I brought a space bullet back to Earth. Like, why can't I build a house out of metal? That'd be awesome. No.
And Asteroid M looked pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Especially when he was a vegetable. He was hanging around a robe all day with a process.
Yeah.
It looked awesome.
Yeah.
Like a big spa.
Yeah. It did look like a big spa. I think there's also like Jim Lee drew everything like a big spa.
Like, don't you want to be in a bath every 2 minminutes? Bath.
Oh, this is great. They got to relax, rejuvenate the muscles.
Burbank, California.
Get out there. But yeah, that was good. Like it's the soft. It's a nice, not soft relaunch, but it's a nice like paradigm shift with whatever's happening in the Marvel universe. And also, Thunderbolts was awesome.
You know, I just had a breakthrough when I was sending over images today.
Okay.
I didn't realize that Thunderbolts is called Thunderbolts now because it's run by Thunderbolt Ross.
Yes.
Look at that. It's like
I finished it and I was like, makes sense. But it was such a great issue and it was a good. I read a cool review about it. The review is fine. We're gonna review it right now. But the thing that I agree with about that review was like it's kind of pushing it into like that Marvel Knightsy Max kind of thing, which I really enjoy. Mm-hmm. And it's like for those of you who want to read like a cool comic that's that just has like a bunch of cool dudes in it. It's Thunderbolts just got relaunched with Daniel Way and Steve Dillon doing it, and that's you awesome. Have General Ross, who's the Red Hulk now, recruiting dudes to be on the team. So the whole issue is talking to Punisher, and he's just like, you're being surrounded by Italians right now who want to like torture you and blow your brains out. And he's like, what do you want from me, guy?
I want to know where the movie cool is.
and then I want a description of that so bad.
Okay.
And so I want like a script. I want something.
Next week. Right after Space Crime.
Awesome. So Thunderbolt is like talking to Punisher, and then he goes and he recruits Venom, who's like the soldier, so it's like really easy. There's it's a Flash Thompson, Elektra the assassin, like what's your offer? Really cool stuff. And Deadpool, where he was like, you're a part of like all these different like programs, and he's like, yep, and then he's like, that you volunteered for, like I'm looking for a volunteer, and he's like, all right, so it's kind of cool.
I'll do anything.
Deadpool's gonna be the new Wolverine at some point, I think. Like showing up in like every single book, and then like because he's so popular right now. And you have Thunderbolt like kind of like hulking out at the end, like him and Punisher just killing 80,000 Italian men. Who showed up for the wrong gangbang apparently.
Whoa!
They're here for
Hulk.
They're here for the lady. What is that?
Not lady.
But yeah, Thunderbolts was awesome.
It was good. It was a really good issue. It's always great to see Steve Dillon working regularly, and also like he did such a great job on Wolverine Max with Way beforehand.
Yeah.
So it's a nice little like it's got that same type of like starkness, and it does feel very Max for the most part. And it's always great to see like Steve Dillon Punisher. Like I don't care what context it is. Give me a Steve Dillon Punisher face. I am cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to see Hulk with the mustache.
Me too. You know what?
I don't understand it. Like they've made so many arguments for it. He would look so cool with the big nasty mustache.
It would give it away because nobody knows who he is besides Frank and apparently Captain America.
There's only one guy in the entire universe with the mustache. Like that's got to be Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, they'll like you look kind of familiar.
Look at that big broom.
It's as if a guy who used to hunt Hulk became one.
Become the Hulk.
They'd figure it out. Spidey will figure it out.
Of course they'll figure it out. But it'd look awesome.
I think he would. I have a big gray mustache on the. But that's another weird thing too. How his hair doesn't turn. His hair doesn't stay gray.
No,
it's just
straight jet black.
But it was a good issue. I really like it. And I also think
Thunderbolt Ross is jacked when he's an old man now.
Yeah. They give him the McGinnis treatment.
Yeah, he went like he's like a weird Sam Shepard now.
Yes,
he's like a younger Sam Shepard who's just like, I'm a good guy now.
Yeah,
join my team. Thunderbolts, Red Leader, Mercy. Isn't that weird? Did you notice that the purple girl that's on the team, Mercy? Weird whole character that they always pull out. She's been on the cartoon a ton of times.
Really,
Mercy.
Didn't I totally forgot about her.
Me too. Her and Half-Life. And those other weird Pure David creations.
Yeah. Spidey, awesome this week.
Very good.
Spidey, really good. I mean, like, again, Spidey is also the cool soap opera of the Marvel Universe, especially with this, like, I feel like a lot of writers, even like team writers, because like, when you write a Spidey book, you're kind of writing a team book, because it doesn't send to, like, his universe is so big with like the civilian characters that you have to write them into like almost everything. Because
that makes it really interesting.
Yeah. So, and this has such a good hook, this story with, Dr. Octopus dying. And then this one explains how they switch bodies, so now it's Peter Parker dying and he has Dr. Octopus's memories. And it's like a weird thing too, because like he ends up remembering how he boned Aunt May.
It's gross.
Yeah.
No. It's also weird too that the fact that Dr. Octopus in Spidey's body is actually trying to do good.
Yeah.
He's not like, corrupting him. He's actually going out beating up robbers just while being a dick.
Yeah.
And being like, Octopus.
Well, I like that's the thing about this issue that I really dug was that, he's having like a panic attack basically, that he's picturing Dr. Octopus do like all this really heinous stuff, like killing Captain America, like snapping Captain America's neck, like banging out Mary Jane and, like doing whatever. And it was a really cool thing about how he's kind of like, you get the hint that he's losing himself in Dr. Octopus's mind, because the issue ends with him springing like
Sinister Six.
Yeah,
5
for the most part. Yeah. Like the lazy. I thought it was a little weird that the lizard was like, "Hey, you're dying. Let me tell you something.
I'm a dude.
I'm Kirk Connor's like
a regular dude.
I figured I'd tell you because you're dying, All right, so he's gonna tell Kirk.
I've always cared about you, Otto.
Yeah. So he's gonna tell.
These walls are really thin.
So he's gonna tell. Like that's like with the thin walls. Like last issue. Peter Parker was like Ock Parker went on the big speech of like, now I'm Peter Parker, and nobody heard that.
No,
nobody heard that. Lizard was asleep
because you're in a gigantic, federal prison that the lizard could talk to the walls.
Yeah.
Hey man, you awake? Of course you're awake.
You're dying.
But it was good. It was really solid. It seems it's kind of, I think what they're going into is we have one more issue before it makes a switch over to Superior.
Yeah.
It's I think that it's interesting that it looks like the personalities are starting to leak over. I think that's why Otto in Peter's body is starting to act a little bit more heroic. That's why Spidey's like, oh, he can take out all these villains and carry me around for the rest of the issue.
What am I doing?
Yeah, I think it's starting like both the personalities are starting to like meld into each other. I'm anxious to see where this goes. I think we're not even close to knowing like the whole story of where this is kind of going. I think there's going to be something involved with like mutation, with like feet and claws, spikes.
Instead of 6 arms, he's gonna have 6 legs.
Yes, you have a lot of legs.
I liked when they were busting him out of the prison too, and Morbius is like, "Help me, help me!"
No, that dickhead skull stays in there.
Like, nobody else
hates Morbius, man.
Yeah.
I think all the bad guys have done terrible things. I guarantee you, Hydro Man has killed hundreds of thousands of people by drowning them. Yeah. Who else was on that team? Pace by Pete.
Yeah, Trapster. Scorpion. Scorpion. He has like the lobster claws now.
Yeah. All these guys are definitely big murders, but Morbius, no way. Yeah. That crazy vampire has to stay.
Just gets on his nerves.
Yeah. No.
I know. You know what? Like I enjoyed how Morbius was a good guy for so long too. In like the past few years, and now all of a sudden, like he gets taken over, and he's like back.
That's it.
Back in prison. You're done, son. Spidey doesn't even know about that.
Yeah.
Didn't know about that Monster Island. How he helped Frankencastle.
That's right. He was Dr. Morbius for so long, just like taking care of people
and just like
being the lab guy.
Yeah, being the lab guy, and now he's back to like being the vampire.
Because he put on a shirt that showed his forearms off. Once you do that, it's game over for Morbius. It's like that's restricting.
There's one. I feel like Morbius is very low on the list of everybody's favorite Spidey villains. Like I love Morbius.
You're I think the biggest proponent for a Morbius series.
I want to see. I find the story so fascinating because it's just in my head. It blows my mind. Where like this dude, scientist became a vampire, but looks like a really cheesy horror movie vampire. You know,
but he looks so great.
He does, and like the big collar and like the wings and everything.
I think also with Morbius, I think the genius of him because he's a living vampire. The dude can go out in the sun, can do all this stuff. He's basically just like he's a superhero for the most part. Like he's got like the superhuman strength, the flight, all the cool stuff that you want as a superhero. And you can kind of take his character and throw him in whatever. You want him to go in space, you got Space Morbius. You want to do like, fight the Mole Man, you fight the Mole Man.
Yep.
So you can do a lot with him. I think we kind of see that there's a lot of potential for Michael Morbius.
Absolutely. And
that dude's name is Michael Morbius.
It's untapped potential. And also like the fact that this dude is still running around like a 50s like driving villain,
Listen to Misfits all day.
Yeah. I hope they don't give him even with the that crazy leather outfit, like the Spirits of Vengeance. Yeah. Like the black guy's cool too, man.
It was cool. I used to love that series, man.
Yeah.
Always reaching for stuff. Morbius always reaching for stuff.
I think I think he would. He's a doctor. He has to listen to classical music all day.
Nah, man, Misfits.
He's putting on like Danzig and Misfits and like driving a really awesome car. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, man. Like the thing you don't know about Morbius is like that's why he's a living vampire. He listened to so much Misfits. He was a total outcast in the science community.
He listens to so much.
Always like do the Jerry only hair.
I'd love to see Morbius with the devil lock. That'd be awesome.
Next Halloween. Jerry only Morbius.
I want to see
Jerry Morbius.
Next Comic-Con, I want to see a Morbius costume.
I've never seen a Morbius costume.
Me neither.
It's so easy. White and then piece of tape.
Yeah. That's it. Or not even tape, just like do the black thing on your nose.
Yeah, you can do the upturn thing. So good.
Would you be awesome?
Love that dude.
I know. You know what? Like that's another thing that it just reminded me of. We don't really get a lot of Spidey villains at Comic-Con.
No, we never get them.
You get a lot of Batman villains.
Yeah, you get like a Dr. Octopus once in a while. You get a weird Green Goblin. You get your Black Cats. I want my Shocker.
Yeah.
I want like, McFarlane era Scorpion.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite costumes.
Yeah.
We saw Kingpin.
Yeah. I would call him a street level villain.
Yeah, he goes around with everybody.
Street level Marvel.
I want to see an owl.
Yeah. Owl would be good.
Even though he's not a Spidey guy.
But people would mistake him for like a steampunk Wolverine.
I was to say that. He is steampunk Wolverine.
And we also got to hit the rope. I'd love to see a Mysterio. Never seen a good Mysterio.
Oh, yeah.
I think a good Sandman.
That would be really good. I think people could actually pull off a pretty like solid Sandman. I think we saw a Mysterio, but only in pictures. I don't think we ever seen one up close.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Probably the same.
Such cool looking costumes.
Yeah. If a guy can walk around like Black Manta all day and not get tired of taking pictures with people, then
no problem.
He can get the voice box is awesome. You can have a dude dressed like Mysterio.
Hell yeah.
I wish I could sew stuff well and make cool costumes.
That has to be one of the easiest ones to do. I mean, you have to just kind of do the get yourself a fishbowl or whatever, like some type of plastic dome, and then you get like that weird, patchwork ragman style thing with the eyes
and a cool collar.
Yeah.
It's always Wolverine. There's like 80,000 Wolverines. What they should do is at the major cons, they should do, if you're gonna cosplay, like here's the checklist, like your max, you can have like 10 Wolverines max. This is taken. Like you have to be a different dude. Like you can write in, I'm gonna be Ultron. It's cool. I've never seen an Ultron in my life at a convention. That's the funny thing about a convention is like I always want to see cool stuff, like cool costumes, but it's 35 dudes dressed like Wolverine. Yeah,
I think we always are taken back by those really surprising ones because the women are the ones that put a lot of the effort into it.
The women,
those ladies. It's the men that there are like the predominant characters that we enjoy. You want to see those weird. Like, I want to see a Rom. I want to see a
Rom would be awesome.
I want to see a Jack-o'-lantern. I want to see weird characters. But Blade, Nick Fury,
a little more. You know what?
There's a lot of dudes out there.
A lot of black dudes dressed like your predominant black characters. Never seen a Bishop.
Oh, I'd love to see it like an old school Bishop with the mullet and everything.
With the mullet and the M and the big red scarf.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
And his crew.
And he's coming. Yeah, Fitzroy. He's coming back in. Fitzroy always reminded me of Gary Oldman in Fifth Element.
Yes.
Bishop's coming back in Uncanny X-Force, right?
Yep.
But is it old school Bishop?
I hope so. He's got a mullet.
Yeah. So isn't it like I think Bishop when he just landed,
I think so. I think they're doing something weird with him. I think they're because he's been killed by Cable for years.
That's true. Yeah.
So it might be something like in between that. I don't know.
Bishop has had one of the weirdest.
I like him as a bad guy.
Yeah. He's one of the weirdest histories as a character, I think, because like he was firmly entrenched in the X-Men universe, but in such a weird way because he was the ultimate like conspiracy theorist, the ultimate dude. Like remember, like
it turned out to be him.
Yeah, like when he showed up, and for years he was just like, I know what you, LeBeau. I know what you, Remy
the only
LeBeau.
guy standing.
And he's like, I don't know what you mean, man.
You're
gonna do it. Oh snap! I did it. And then all of a sudden it's like he hate Cable. He's like, you're gonna usher in the apocalypse, you jerk. And he's like, I got a little girl right now. I'm gonna run away from.
We're gonna fight bug people for 100 issues.
Which is pretty good. I like the bug people. It's very interesting.
It's weird, but bug people.
Mm-hmm. And he lost an arm, and he was like all jacked up, and he had like a metal arm, and nobody really knew what his powers were.
I think the best part of that stuff was the what was it where they actually first introduced Hope? It was so good. They killed a ton of people with it was where Hope first appeared. Cable, he fakes his death. He runs off with her. They had like Apocalypse's crew. The church was going after them.
Marauders, I think.
Marauders. Everyone was going after them. I forgot the name. It was so good.
I almost had it. It was like 3 years ago too.
Yeah. Longer than that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. It was
a while. We were still working the store when that was going on.
Oh man, that is crazy.
I'll think about this next week.
What would you say your book of the week was?
I really enjoyed Minutemen. I think I'd give it to Avengers.
Minutemen was good. We didn't talk about that, but it was Minutemen.
Minutemen was really good.
It was good. It was
it's a horror story, man. It's like a straight up, like really creepy horror story.
So Hooded Justice.
Creep.
Yeah.
Well, because he's a character you can really mess around with. We know bare minimum about him, but they've really taken the opportunity to really run with it and make him into a complete and utter awful psychopath. Like
rapist and pedophile. Apparently.
Rapist, pedophile, kid murderer, German.
Kidnapper. Yeah.
Boogeyman.
It's creepy with the poem thing is really creepy. It's really great. The stuff with Hollis is awesome.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's one of my favorite. It's one of the better Watchmen pre whatever books. Ozymandias is okay. It's good. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
one of the most beautiful books that DC's ever put out.
A lot of the same stuff though.
Yeah, it's a lot of the same. It's a lot of him and it's the character too. It's a lot of him just kind of like I am the best and I have to be the best because who else is gonna do it?
I don't have sex.
Yeah,
sex for me.
I'm a weird guy.
I'm a weird dude.
Comedian's good. Silk Spectre. I'm like 2 issues behind on Silk Spectre.
It was good. It didn't do very well.
Rorschach's just like
awesome.
Never coming out.
Yeah. Well, look who's on the art team. No
That's
surprises. True. What else did I really like this week? I think it was it wasn't dry this week. Like we both said we liked Hellboy. You said it was weird as hell.
It was good.
I thought they were going to reveal that he's Scrooge.
Okay. That had nothing to do with anything in the book.
I know.
But again, like the Hellboy comic, he died. He dies a while ago.
Yeah.
And
over a year ago.
It's very sad. Yeah, it was like an upsetting story because you're like, what's gonna happen? And then the reveal is that like, you know what? Like he's in hell now, and he's
finding his way.
He's gonna have to figure out how to get out of hell. And this is the first issue, oddly enough, called Hellboy in Hell, and it was all Mignola doing it, and it was just like it was a very like they didn't give you the whole thing. Which is like a very classic Mignola thing to do. He didn't give you like the whole bit.
Nothing's force fed.
But it's an interesting read because you're kind of like, I think in this one specifically, he wants you to be Hellboy, where like you don't know what the hell's going on, and he's showing up and he's like, as soon as he gets there, he's not even in hell yet, and they're just like, you're that guy, I'm gonna kill you, and like people are trying to like re-murder him. In hell, like these demons or whatever, and then he sees A Christmas Carol being played out before him.
So weird.
And gets taken out by but you don't know who it is.
Well, it was weird because of, he's getting helped by some dude, like some spirit, and the guy's like, Hellboy finally confronts him, like, who are you? He's like, I was your partner, Jacob Morley. And they show like a whole Christmas Carol thing. Yeah. I'm like, what is this? And Jacob Morley had like his glasses on his head.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked like Hellboy's sawing off horns. I'm like, what is this book becoming? Like they made him King Arthur's descendant. Like where are they going now? Are they gonna make Ebenezer Scrooge part of the actual mythology? It was a very weird book. It's actually gonna be an ongoing series for a very long period of time. This apparently is one of the things that Mignola is like incredibly proud of.
Awesome.
All of the Hellboy properties are like really behind this. I'm on board. It is a weird book.
I'm on board too.
Very weird book.
I think it's gonna be awesome. The Hunt was really good too.
I love The Hunt.
I feel like it just like it was so spread out that it wasn't like I wanted it to be monthly so bad, but it ended up being like not bi-monthly. It ended up being like every 2 months, bi-monthly.
Something like that. Yeah,
bi-monthly. Yeah. Sorry.
It's okay.
Bi-weekly is every 2 weeks.
Yes. I think the thing about like the Hellboy stuff and the BPRD stuff, I need some type of like appendix every once in a while to like refer to, because there's so much crap coming out. Those are 2 books that have such a long history. They pulled back stuff from a weird off kilter miniseries that they did 10 years ago. That's why I went back a few years ago to actually reread all of the BPRD stuff, and it does help. But like this, even with this issue, I'm like, who the hell is this Ghost? And it was this big horn dude.
That's not Hellboy.
Not Hellboy. Are you Hellboy? Is that Hellboy?
I'm not Hellboy.
But it was good. It was very, very good.
I'm so far behind on BPRD. It's not even funny. I'm like a good 2 years behind on. I have everything like stacked up to just read.
it.
It comes out so constantly too, and it's like it never makes it to the top of the pile because obviously because of the show and just like Avengers is out.
Yeah, I know. It's so good.
Yeah,
BPRD is one of my favorite books that are consistently coming out.
We should do an all BPRD episode.
I think we tried to do that before, and we got sidetracked by talking about voicemails.
Yes. What's your voicemail sound like?
It's just me trying to make a sandwich, and then you go, "Oh shit," and then turn my voice off.
Mine is a little bit of quiet crickets, and then like an angry gunshot. That's it.
It's Brian Pillman.
I think that does it for us tonight. You're still doing that other show, right?
Yes.
After this.
He's ready.
All right. I'm Rich.
I'm Bonesaw. I'm ready.
He's ready. Good night, everybody.